Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal. Hope your day's going okay. Today we're going to be reading some Ask Reddit. What's something where being fat is an advantage? If you haven't subscribed yet, our subscribers are known as the Narwhals, inspired by the brave unicorn of the sea. I'd encourage you to subscribe to join the original 10,000 Narwhals. Now let's dive right in. Being on the show, Naked and Afraid. There was one episode where one fat dude just sat in the sand for 21 days and completed the challenge. I played poker for a living for a while and made good money doing it. You do a lot better if you look like someone stupid / casual / out of the loop. That's a good reason to roll your eyes at anyone in a poker room that shows up with earbuds and a hoodie and whatever. They're scaring off the people they should be taking money from. Well, loud fat guy screams tourist, and people consistently underestimate you and think you're stupid if you're fat, which really sucks if you want a promotion at your day job. But at the poker table, it's the perfect setup. Warmth. I didn't realize how cold crap was until I lost 60 pounds. Now I have to wear a blanket around the house. However, that's an upside too of being skinny, depending on the season. In the summer, I don't overheat or sweat as often as I used to. I lost a lot of weight over the past year. I distinctly remember thinking, why the hell is everyone always complaining about how cold the office is? Right now, I'm wearing a jacket, a sweater, a long sleeve shirt, pants, socks, and shoes, and I still have my heater on. I do not like the temperature shift. I am working to lose weight and I'm looking forward to this. I overheat easily. I get cold, add a layer. Hot, crap out of luck. You know, I thought the same thing, but once I got into the mid-range of a normal BMI, I suddenly hit a new level of cold I didn't know was possible. I'm not sure if my body will regulate or not, but it's hard being bone-chilling cold when everyone else is fine. Hard to be kidnapped. Man, I clicked this crap to answer that. I've told people I'm not worried about walking around by myself because not only am I hella ugly, but it would take 3 grown men to pick me up and take me anywhere with ease. That's why when I am out with my girlfriends, I act like a bodyguard. People gonna get sat on and smothered if they try and F with my friends. I'll sit on you turns into a real threat. When I was younger, I was chubby, but my sister was tiny, 4 years apart. We were fighting over my laptop, and I plopped myself on her arm, and I broke my sister's wrist. My mom didn't take her to the doctors for 3 days because she thought she was faking it. When people like you, they really like you. True, I agree. So many friends ghosted me as soon as I started gaining weight. Yet the ones who stayed, I came to appreciate a lot more and realize how good of a friend they are. When it's effing cold in the office. Source, lost weight. Am cold all the time. It makes my girlfriend happy. I took off 60 pounds and she's slowly adding on so we can find matching temperature comfort levels. That's strange, r/oddly romantic. Ex-fatty here lost 170 pounds. You are not always cold. You are more comfortable. You float in water. I've got to learn how to swim again. Often get shotgun in smaller vehicles. As an overweight female, I noticed that other women trust me a lot quicker and a lot more than they did when I was thin. It's nice. Edit, I never fault the women who do this. It's a weird world we've all grown up in. I totally experienced this too. It's like I'm not seen as a threat. I tend to make friends with a lot of conventionally attractive, albeit insecure women. I'm in my 30s and noticed this trust thing when I was bigger with women my age / in their 20s. However, when I was 70 pounds heavier, older women, 55 plus, seemed to look down on me and were supremely crappier attitude-wise to me in public. I have no idea why this would be a thing, but it definitely was. Depending on how fat you are, if you happen to get stabbed or impaled by something, the excess fat in between your skin and organs could come in very, very handy. But it's also harder to do surgery to get vital organs through fat if needed, so pros and cons. I have an aunt who tells a story of doing an appendectomy on a morbidly obese man. There was so much fat that the surgeon completely missed the body cavity and didn't know until he hit the table. Way late, but I thought this might be entertaining to the few people that will see it. I work at a winery and I'm the fat guy. Guess who doesn't have to crawl inside the tanks and scrub them because he doesn't fit? Sumo wrestling. But seriously, have you ever heard the workout regimen for a professional sumo wrestler? It's incredible how much they actually work out to be so strong and yet still maintain all that weight. Honestly, it's a skill. An interesting, cultural, questionable impact on health, but not my place to judge. Kind of a skill, but a skill nonetheless. You don't get invited to the family events that involve marathons, 5Ks, or anything else that takes up half your day. What kind of a weird family do you have? Swimming. Fat floats, so it's much easier to teach a chubby or fat person how to swim. This reminded me of my friend in middle school who literally couldn't swim to the bottom of the pool because he floated too well. I'm picturing a fat kid trying to desperately but gracefully touch the bottom of the pool, but he can't because he floats back up like a volleyball underwater. That's exactly what it was like. Skinny dude here took the better part of a day in a pool to convince my in-laws that I don't really float. My face floats, but my legs and body sink straight down. To stay above water, I have to hold my breath as well. If a car was hanging off the edge of a cliff, you could balance it out with your weight, or cause it to fall, your choice. People trust your cooking more. I always trust a fat chef. Don't. They eat the good bits. Hard chairs don't hurt as bad on your booty. People ask me why I sit on my legs. This is why. I lost 80 pounds and I developed this habit because it hurts my butt too much now, LOL. I had a half-pound tumor removed from my leg last year. Apparently, it was easy to make sure they got it all, since it was totally encapsulated in fat. Surviving starvation. I recently lost 160 pounds and am a woman. 1. I was so much more comfortable temperature-wise before. Now I'm friggin' freezing. 2. I was invisible before. Now men notice me, and it's weird. 3. I was respected for my work and my mind. Now I'm hit on and called Procurement Barbie, and suddenly I have to prove I'm not an airhead. 4. I'm now referred to as a miniature and various other small related nicknames. I'm also short. 5. More people comment on my food/body than they did before. 6. I find my butt hurts unless I sit up on my legs. 7. People now literally pick me up. I was unmovable before. Now I'm being tossed around. 8. I'm not nearly as cozy to cuddle with. 9. I'm a terrible tug-of-war partner. And 10. I seem weaker because I don't have my body weight to help me move things. Riding the bus. I'm definitely overweight, but not enormous. Even though I don't take up more than one seat, people gravitate towards the open seats where they have more room, next to thin people. So I'm often one of the only people to have a road to myself by the time we get on the highway. Obesity significantly decreases the risk of getting a hip fracture. Older people who are obese are less likely to fracture their hip if they fall over. It acts like a padding. What about the knees though? Your hips in a fall will be fine. Everything else about you will be worse though. Totally worth it. Live much longer if food shortage or famine, assuming there is clean water. I'm not sure why anyone would downvote this. Put a fat person and a skinny person on a deserted island, and guess who's going to starve to death first? The one that doesn't eat the other one? People underestimate your strength. Fat people are usually stronger than an equally untrained but lighter person. People never think this for some reason, even though it is obvious. With the extra mass, some of it is always going to be muscle, plus just walking around and doing stuff is work against your weight. Along the lines of what other people that lost weight are saying, when I was fat, I was never cold. Now I'm constantly friggin' freezing. Loose skin sucks. People ask you how you lost weight, but don't really want to know. You change a lot in your head when you lose weight. Your outlook definitely changes. The Simpsons episode, King Size Homer, where Homer gains 61 pounds to reach 300 and gains disability status at the nuclear power plant so that he can work from home. Homer neglects his responsibilities as a safety inspector by simply typing yes every time the system prompts him. Looking for shortcuts, he leaves his terminal with the drinking bird to press the Y key to indicate yes on the keyboard and goes to the movies. After being denied admission due to his weight, Homer returns to find that his bird has fallen over and a nuclear meltdown is imminent unless the system is manually shut down. Hijacking an ice cream truck, Homer arrives at the power plant during a workout program and reaches the shutdown button, but falls onto the gas storage tank, blocking the release tube with the oversized lower half of his body, thus preventing an explosion. And that brings us to the end, narwhals. If you made it till the end, I'd encourage you to tap the thumbs up button below. That really helps us grow. If you haven't subscribed yet, our subscribers are known as the narwhals, inspired by the brave unicorn of the sea. I'd encourage you to subscribe to join the original 10,000 narwhals, and so you don't miss future videos like this. Thanks for watching, and until next time, be brave, be a narwhal.